up my 2021 RZR Turbo S4 Dynamix. I just switched away from my 2019 XP Turbo 2-seater, and I gotta say, this is a whole different animal. From clutch engagement to steering smoothness and suspension, this thing just really stands out, and so far, I'm extremely impressed with it. Now, I do only have like 20 miles on it, mostly just road riding as of right now, but I'm really excited to get this thing out in the dirt and do some testing with it. Now, we'll kind of go over a couple of features on this thing and show you guys what it's got. Probably my favorite thing so far on here is the Dynamix suspension. So it's got the Fox Live valve that automatically adjusts on the fly, and you can also do the 3 settings. It's got the comfort setting for just cruising, you know, you want the softer ride. You can put it in the sport setting for when you want to start getting a little bit aggressive, or you're really starting to hit the jumps, you can put it in the firm setting, and it just really helps increase the bottom out resistance. And with that Dynamix, you get the touchscreen ride command, and that is also super trick. With the dynamic suspension, you get the touchscreen ride command, and that is also one of my favorite things about this unit. Right now, I've got the suspension gauges pulled up, so it'll show you exactly what the suspension is doing, where it's adjusting, where it's adding firmness, you know, in each corner, whether that is jumping or cornering. For, I believe it was 2020 or 2021, they started doing the factory MB Quartz audio in these things, and for a stock rig with stock audio, it does sound pretty good. I'm impressed with it. You know, it lacks a little bit in the bass, so adding a subwoofer would definitely make a big difference there. But again, overall, I'm extremely impressed with it. Another feature I really like with the ride command is the navigation. So you're out in the woods, you know, you can kind of go off the trail a little bit and don't really have to worry about getting lost if you're out in the middle of nowhere. So that's another thing that I think is really neat. So the ride command, you can customize the gauges that are in here, but right now I got it set. You've got your compass, engine temp, RPMs, mile per hour, and it's pretty neat. You're up in the mountains, you got your elevation. You also have your voltage. Now you can select it, and again, you can kind of customize this and basically set it up exactly how you want it. And then there's the dynamic screen, which tells you exactly what the suspension's doing. It'll show you which modes it's in, and then there's the firm mode. So basically takes the suspension full firm, just really bumps that handling up there and bottom out resistance. Factory stereo is built into the ride command, and that's also a really neat feature. So that right there is very trick. I'm extremely impressed with the technology that they're putting in these rigs now. The Turbo S also comes factory in 2021 with a Grant steering wheel, which over the plastic XP Turbo steering wheel, I really like this, just much more comfortable feel. The Turbo S comes factory with the Polaris Sub-Zero harnesses. Now on my other RZR, I had the Click 6 harnesses, which are retractable, and those are really nice for comfort, but I will say you feel a lot more secure in these harnesses. The Turbo S has the upgraded seats, which look really nice. Not quite as comfortable as the Pro XP, but these are more of an upright seated position, so it really, for the slow riding, you get better sight lines through, you know, you can see a little bit better over the hood, a little bit better sight lines to your tires, so I really like that for my style of riding. Another feature that's really cool on these things, it does have a backup camera. This thing's like a limousine backing up in the woods, you know, so you're in the middle of the night, you can back up and not have to worry about hitting trees at least too much. So that's pretty cool. This model does come factory with 168 horsepower. Now, as of right now, I'm not sure if I'm gonna tune it, do exhaust, clutch kit, anything like that. I have been extremely impressed with how this thing carries itself. My 2019 XP Turbo, I had a stage 3 tune on it, so it was about, with an exhaust, so it was about 190 horsepower. And this thing, bone stock, doesn't feel like it pulls that much different. Maybe it's got more aggressive clutching in it, but it just really, I'm extremely impressed with it. Something I definitely will be changing. I'm gonna get rid of this big old tall ugly roll cage and go with something short, you know, kind of radius down in the back, give it that aggressive look. Probably gonna end up needing to do some beadlock wheels, get rid of these stock things. Maybe I can get a hold of my guys over here at Top Tier Suspensions and see what they can do for me. The Turbo S comes factory with 15-inch wheels and 32-inch ITP Coyote tires. Now, we're out here in Missouri, so I'm not sure exactly how well they're gonna do in a little bit muddier terrain, but we're gonna find out. So far, I have been very impressed with them. On-road handling, which I do a little bit of sliding around the corners. Again, very impressed. We'll see how they do in the soil out here and how well they last on the road, but I'm liking them. Now you guys know this is Fast Motorsports. There's gonna be some content coming your way on this thing. Probably gonna jump it off the loading dock, some other cool stuff, so be sure you stay tuned.